Page 104 in the good old summertime. Another ensemble piece. Piece you can play with other people. If you're in a classroom setting or whatever, it comes in handy. Not exactly a duet because there's actually 4 parts. So it could be up to 4 people playing. If you don't have 4 people, say you only have 3 people, that's fine. You play 3 parts. You have to play the top parts, that's the melody. Somebody's got to do that. Somebody ought to do the bottom part. Other than that, the 2 middle parts, you pick one and play one of them. You leave one of them out. Experiment. I want to talk about the melody here. 3/4 time, no sharps or flats, or maybe some accidentals in there, but let's look at this. Coming in on beat 2, 1, 2, because there's 1, 2, 3, 1 right there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Reach up. So these 4 notes there, that's a chord, and that's fingering for it, so it all works out. 1, 2. That's good. That's saying then lift up and move. It's a new phrase. I don't like that. You don't need to. I don't like using the same finger like that if I don't have to. Sometimes you have to, and sometimes it helps. But here, you use 4th finger. Just stay there. And just come down with 2nd finger. That's fine. I don't know why they want to use 2nd. That's harder to do that than to just stay in this position here. And then at the end of the line, you got 2 beat rests, so then you can come back down. 3rd finger. Really, we'd like to use 4th finger on the C, but we have the D in there, so we got to use 3rd finger. All right, fine. Then you get it again at the top of page 105, 3rd finger. And then they say 4th finger. That's fine. And the 2nd finger. Not hard at all, I hope. I didn't do a lot with the counting, but half notes and quarter notes, I'm hoping you can get those without having to feed it. If you don't understand this rhythm on this melody, you really need to go back and go through book 1, please. I should not have to play it for you to hear it first. You should be able to read it yourself and kind of get an idea what it sounds like on your own. Now the other parts, if you're doing them, you got one part here. You're staying here, and then you come up here for the most part, and then in the 2nd line on the 4th, 5th measure over, you got F sharp. No big deal, I hope. So you can get the 2nd part. If you're playing the 2nd part, that's okay. It doesn't really matter which hand you play it with. The fingering they're giving you is for the right hand, but you can do it with left hand if it's better. You just have to pencil in the fingering you need. Shouldn't be hard because you keep your hand pretty much in this position where the thumb might have to do here, but otherwise that's fine. Part 3 is up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this fun. Crossover. Big deal, and then come up. The last 4 measures there at the bottom of the page, and the 3rd part, it's here. Crouch up a little, so that's an F natural there. And then you come up here and you're doing it again. Big deal. And the 4th part, well, this is persons that's busy because you're kind of doing both hands. C chords, then an F chord or 4 chord. So hopefully you can figure out the chords. Now in an ensemble thing, the person playing this part needs to go down. There's a note there. The right hand needs to go an octave lower. So here, instead of here, because there's other people playing this part, come down to here. So it's here. And do it all down there. So you got one part here. Melody is here. And part 2 is here, right next to the melody. They're right close together. And then the 3rd part's up here. It's kind of what we call a discant. It's kind of a counter melody up above. Trumpets and flutes And bands will get this little counter melody up above sometimes called a disc. As far as speed goes and all that, you have to work it out with the ensemble. But generally it's a type thing. Eventually, as long as everybody in the ensemble can play it start to finish with no hesitations or nothing, because you got to stay together. One person hesitates, that tends to throw everybody else off. So everybody's got to be there. Of course, if you have to start somewhere in the middle, they give you the measure numbers at the beginning of each of these lines. And you can say, okay, let's start on measure 18 or wherever it is, wherever you want to start. And everybody will find that in the music, and then you can all start again. Dynamic-wise, it's up to you. They say moderately loud, but it's up to, again, there's giving all the parts moderately loud. I strongly disagree with that. The melody should be moderately loud. Everything else should be moderately soft or softer. We want to hear the melody above everything else. Everything else needs to be down. All this other part needs to be softer. Now, I can't play all these parts. Well, I probably could have had practice, but all I want to do, I'm going to do a play with me on the top part, the melody. I'm not going to do the others. So let's just do that and make sure you got the melody correct. So I'm going to give us 3 plus 1 is 4 beats total, because we come in on beat 2. Now let's just play it together slowly. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, tie, rest, rest. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, tie, rest. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, tie, off.